Hi, and welcome to Achieve with Karolina Live. I'm Karolina Romaniuk, child and family sleep consultant, founder of Achieve with Karolina, and co-founder of Your Child Sleep Manual. So I'm coming to you from a new location. We are going to be doing from now on every Monday and Wednesday. I wanted to break up the chats a little bit. So I know I've been getting lots of notifications from lots of parents asking me when am I going to be going on live again, and that they can't really get to me at 10 o'clock at night because some of them are sleeping at that time. So what we're going to do from now on is every Monday, we're going to be holding time slots, either at 11 or 12. I'm going to kind of see how that will work out. I'll let you guys know what time we're going to be doing it in advance. And as well, we're going to keep our Wednesdays at 10 p.m. So at least that way I can help parents both during the day and at night to answer questions. Now we're going to start calling this Sleep Conversations with Karolina. So if you guys have any specific questions that you want me to answer, feel free to email me at itsme@achievewithkarolina.com, or you can just go onto my website, Achieve with Karolina, and click on the contact link so we can chat from there. Now today, what I wanted to talk about is something I've been getting recently. I've been noticing this question popping up a lot, and I thought that it was really important to talk about it today. Let me see if I can get the lighting a little bit better. Okay. So the question actually came from a mom that messaged me, and I thought it was really important because, it gets you thinking, right? So why do we need sleep consultants, right? Why do we need sleep consultants? And I'm going to be reading the question, and all of the modern sleep aids when our parents, grandparents, or ancestors didn't need them. And what I mean by modern sleep aids, such as a white noise machine, the blackout curtains, sleep sacks, things like that. And why do so many babies have so much trouble meeting the basic needs for sleep? When if they're just tired, why can't they just fall asleep? So this is a really, really good question, and I kind of wanted to talk about it today. I felt called to do that, and really just to kind of to begin the conversation here. And if you guys have any comments, let me know. You can type them in below. Let's have this, conversation with Karolina flowing. So to begin on answering the question on why do we even need sleep consultants? So there's it is fairly new, but it isn't at the same time. Sleep consultants have been around for a very long period of time. One of my mentors actually has been doing this for close to 20 years. Now, as far as the education background for it and the certification, that has only been around for the last couple of years. So you want to make sure that whoever you're going to be working with really knows the science behind sleep, not just helping you on choosing a method alone. Again, that is a small percentage of what you really need to focus on. So sleep consultants, if you are really meshed well with one, if you connect with one really well, in addition that they have the proper education to help you with putting your little one to sleep, and also being able to listen to you and not just to kind of tell you, okay, this is what you're going to do and that's it. There's no if, and, or buts about it. That's not going to be good. So you really want to make sure that you have a relationship that you're going to be building with whoever that you are going to be hiring to help you with your child and to put them to sleep. So of course, the number one thing is their education in it, for them to understand not just the behavioral attributes and the behavioral coaching aspects, but also the science behind sleep. That is very, very important. So if you just focus mainly on a method and how to help your little one go to sleep on that, that shouldn't be a reason and why you need to hire a sleep consultant. Because honestly, you can just pick one from Google and stick with it as long as it matches their behavior and your parental philosophy. Of course, both of them have to be matching. You can't have your parental philosophy one way and then your child's behavior something different, because then you're going to kind of bump heads on that part. So mainly what you would also want to look into when hiring a sleep consultant is that they understand the science behind sleep and the circadian rhythm, the timings, all that fun jazz. And the bottom line also is that they have results that they can achieve for their clients. So that's a huge plus too. Now, to kind of move a little forward on why the needing of a sleep consultant and all of the modern sleep aids. So the sleep aids have really just kind of evolved over the last maybe decade or so. And every year there are new products that are being promised to parents that they're going to get their kids sleeping and all this other fun stuff. And then you being a sleep deprived parent that's beyond exhausted will most likely, because of the beautiful marketing that these companies do, will purchase a product because it's told that I promise you your kid's going to be sleeping. Yet the foundation hasn't really been set with how you're helping your little one go to sleep. So that's really what you want to focus on. As far as the white noise, the blackout curtains, those are there to really enhance and maximize the capacity for sleep. So, think about it. Years ago, when we didn't even have electricity, well, meaning like light bulbs, not electricity, but like indoor lighting, plumbing and stuff like that, how would we fall asleep? We would be falling asleep through natural light. Our circadian rhythm is synchronized by dark and by light. So when it started to get dark outside, we would naturally want to go to sleep. And then we would use candles to, keep internal lighting and stuff like that. But once there was the invention of the light bulb, that kind of went away. And now we have phones, we have cell phones. The iPhone came out, I think in 2007 or so, when the iPhone in general, but when cell phones started coming out and the internet was up, we literally have screens everywhere we go. And I even find when me and my husband go out to dinner, we see kids that are out and about with their parents, sitting at a table with their iPads out. So screens have become a part of the norm in the way that we are communicating now, unfortunately. And also it has become a norm in how we're helping our kids fall asleep, because we think, let's put on, like a little TV show, let them calm down, and then we can put them to bed. So there have been lots of studies on this. The National Sleep Foundation has done several regarding blue light when it's emulated from any type of electronics. And that actually suppresses your sleep hormone, which is melatonin, close to an hour after it has actually been turned off. So things like these, such as white noise machines, blackout curtains, those are really there to kind of enhance sleep. And then when you're using other props that have been coming out of the woodwork, it's not going to help you significantly. So the reason for the white noise is it's there to maximize sleep. Now we have construction that is going around most places. It has to be off, I think, stopped by like 5 or 6. But some places, they have construction all the time, especially if it's outside. We have sanitation workers that come at like 4 or 5 in the morning that start screeching. And, children can be really sensitive to sleep. So white noise will help on block that out. Years ago, this wasn't, going on continuously. And then the blackout shades also, it's very important to have that because of making sure that when your child is trying to sleep, that there's no sunlight that is entering into the room. Because remember, light is your enemy when you're trying to sleep. Darkness is really your savior. Now, to kind of continue on with the question, which is really important, and what this mom was asking me is, and why do so many babies have so much trouble meeting the basic needs for sleep? If they are tired, why can't they just fall asleep? So this is really a good question, and it's easily answered. I can kind of put it into 3 categories. So the first one really is the village. It's your tribe that has changed. When I was little, my grandmothers would help. My mom also, if she was working or anything like that. So my grandparents would help. But nowadays, it's very difficult to find that. Most families are split up, usually because of job-related pieces that you wouldn't be anywhere close with your mom. Your mom might be a Skype away. She might be in another state. Grandparents might not be around, meaning that they would be living somewhere else too. So your tribe, as where it is now compared to 10 years ago or 20 years ago, is completely different. Everyone used to live closer together. And now with modern technology and transportation, and changing in jobs and careers, it's very difficult to keep that family unit connected. So I have so many clients and friends that their families just live all over the world. And the way that they do connect with them is, through holidays or through Skype. So it's very difficult for a new mom to have that person that they can rely on and to help them when they need to, kind of get themselves back on track, especially after they give birth. It's a norm now for moms after they give birth to go back to work after 3 weeks, anywhere between 3 to 5 weeks, which is crazy. I remember when I used to work at the bank, and I had like 5 months maternity leave, which was a blessing. Now it's very rare to even hear that. So we're expected as moms to give birth, to contribute to the family as well, and to have, we really put pressure on ourselves to do everything. And then that really does trickle on to our babies because we don't have enough time for ourselves. So why is it so difficult for children to just meet their basic needs? It's really simple, that it comes down to biological timings, where their schedules are very thrown off because there's also lots of extracurricular activities that we start to pressure ourselves that we need to put onto our kids. Like mommy and me classes that are scattered at random times, swimming classes, lots of things that we just try and start to incorporate in our calendars. Now, I'm not saying that's bad. It's beautiful to do that. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you're putting their sleep as a priority and not trying to hold them over instead of properly putting them down for a nap, that you're going to be going, for a class when they should really be sleeping. So really putting their sleep as a priority is big. And unfortunately, in our society nowadays, we don't put sleep as a priority, even ourselves. So if we don't put it as a priority, we can't expect our kids to do the same thing. So when we're trying to put our children to sleep, lots of other factors go into place. Like one I mentioned is the village. 2 is the pressures of modern life. So we have in most households, 2 people are working. And by the time you come home from work, even some jobs, they require you to even work off late at home. Why can't I talk today? Not regular office hours, but you would be working, let's say you have your 9 to 5, and then you'll come home and then you'll be with your children. And then after that, you'll have to work again. So creating these boundaries, creating this unity that, when you have your work versus when you have your home time, and to put away the technology is really just to be present at that moment. And that does affect our kids' sleep significantly, because if you come home and you're on your phone, you're answering emails, you don't realize what time it is. And then, for kids, if they're sleep deprived, even 5 minutes can make or break it for them just to be tired and then become over exhausted. And then that's when all of these tantrums start to kick in, and lots of these night wakings then start to evolve because they're not getting the adequate sleep that they need. In addition, we are just so exhausted when we come home, from work, and you kind of just wave the white flag of surrender to do anything and everything that you can to help your little one go to sleep. And then the next thing you know, a couple of months pass by, maybe a year passes by, and you're just not sleeping at all, and you don't know how you got there. So what we want to do is really to prevent that. And working with a sleep consultant is nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be nervous about, because we're here to help you. We're here to really restore the healthy sleep that you and your family need. And of course, we're working with behaviors. So everyone has their own different behavior. Some are a little more intensified, some are not. And just understanding your child's behavior and your own behavior is really important. So if you value sleep yourself and you respect your own sleep, meaning you don't just lie down in bed and just pass out, you create your own proper routine for yourself to kind of help your body wind down and to fall asleep as well is very important. You know, the most successful people, Oprah, Tony Robbins, they all have routines put into place. They have morning routines put into place to get them set on the right mindset, going into positivity when they wake up. And then the same thing when it comes to night, they have a proper routine set into place for them too, to make sure that they work on their gratitude, on all the awesomeness that happened during that day, and really put their body into that relaxation mode, as opposed to just being more of a robot and going from moment to moment. So it's really important that we, as well as parents, that we treasure our own sleep too. And when our kids see that, then they will understand that they need to respect their sleep as well. So it really begins with us. And that's really where I kind of wanted to go with this discussion today, is that we really need to give ourselves a break, respect our own sleep, and in that will trickle down onto the rest of our family, because they will see how beautifully we are respecting our bodies and our needs, that they will as well. And for young children, it's very important for that, not to only follow the cues when they're trying to go to sleep, but in addition to really understand their own rhythms and their own circadian rhythms when they need to take their proper naps, making sure that they're getting proper naps for their age. Bedtime is also important, and meaning that it's not too late and not too early, that there's a balance. Life is a balance, and that's really where you kind of want to go with this. So are there any questions that you guys have? I don't know what's going on here, but it seems like I keep pausing. So I guess I'll leave you guys on that note. If you have any questions, feel free to, you can comment below on this, and then I'll be able to respond later on. Or if you have any topics that you would like for me to discuss, you can always email me at itsme@achievewithkarolina.com, and I'd be more than happy to check out all the questions and then answer them later. Okay, love you. Have a fantastic day. Smile, and make sure that you respect your body and your sleep also. Okay, sweet dreams, everyone. I love you. Bye.